Going on, everybody? Is another day, another dollar, another game to play. No delay. That last one didn't need to be said.
Another game, another game delay. Oh, that's funny,
Another
dude.
game to play with no delay, man.
With no delay.
What's good, man? My name is Godly Sovereign, and of course, I got my bro Certain High with me today. What's going on, my man?
It's not much, man. Doing good. We're a little late here.
Yeah,
Talk about a pod game delay. We have a pod delay
yeah,
today.
man. Shit, things popping up left and right. Situations got to be handled.
Oh man, that's funny, dude. Yeah, I was out shopping
Shoot.
for a refrigerator, so that was nice.
Yeah,
Found a pretty
we
good one.
we had to push back the kids' gymnastics classes from last week. So they had a double dose today. So I was in that bitch from like 10:30 all the way to freaking 1:20.
Just the gymnastics class.
Yeah, man.
Dude.
Just watching them do gymnastics. I worked on my website a little bit though, so it wasn't too
Oh
bad.
yeah, you got a website now?
For Orla Wende, the NFT project I'm working on.
Or Lewente? It's hard to say, man.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, but after you said it for a while, it just roll off the tongue. Orla Wende. You know what I mean?
Oh, does it? You got to say it for a while, huh? So before I
You
can
say
share
it
it
for
with
like a
friends,
day. If you
so
say it like
before
maybe like
so
six
before
times and it'll roll
so
off your
before
tongue.
I can
Try
share
it.
it with friends, I gotta like learn how to say it first for a few days.
No, just say it 4 times. Go ahead.
Or Lewende.
Or Lewende.
Or Lewende.
Or
Come on, man.
Lewende.
Come on, man. That's too hard.
Nah.
Come on, dude.
We've played
That's
games harder than that.
really. Tell me a name that's harder to say than that we
I said
played.
we've played games harder than that.
I know, and I'm
And I
asking
know
you.
mad last names I couldn't fucking even tell you. If I saw it, I couldn't tell you what the hell it
Tell me
was.
the
Even
name
if
of the
somebody
game
showed
that
me
we've
some shit.
played that's harder to say than Orla Wende.
A game that we've played that's harder than Orla Wende.
Yeah.
Vampires, whatever. This one's harder
Vampire
than
Survivor
Orla
is a harder
Wende.
name to say than Orla Wende?
No, Vampire Survivor is harder to play than Orla Wende. I said
Oh, well,
play.
that's true. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that the name is hard to say.
Oh no,
So I'm gonna have a
I'd
hard
have to
time
see.
remembering it
Oh, what
to
was that?
share it with people.
One of those what was like the Asgard one? What was that one tribal game? You know what I'm talking about? The one that came out, I think like a year ago, a year or
Tribes
two
of
ago.
Midgard?
Yeah, something like that. They had like Yormenheim or Yorn, like all those fucking names are hard to say for
Yeah,
me.
but that wasn't the name of the game, homie.
It wasn't the name of the game, but it was damn near.
I'm saying the name of the game is hard for me to remember to share it with people.
I'll find you a hard name.
Well, now you got to go hunt for it. That's what I'm trying to say. Any game worth its salt, you could just say it. You don't got to like practice it. I got to practice saying the name just to share it with somebody.
Yeah. Well,
Come on,
hey,
man.
that's how good
Is
it
that
is.
like Spanish for something?
That's how worthy it is.
Is that like Spanish
No,
for something?
it's African for
What does it
the
mean?
word survivor.
Then just call it Survivor, man.
It's already been done, bro. You can't just copy the same shit. You got to be original
Just call it African Survivor or something then.
because they're not African.
Well,
So
then why are you
just the
using an
name is
African name then?
because I like the name Orla Wende. It's like why name your kid? It's like why give your kid like a French name or something else that means something. It's because it means something or whatever, but you like the name. You know what I mean? People do that stuff all the time.
Nah. In a video game or a book, in a story-driven thing, the name is based off what the story or book is.
Bro,
It's
you
not a name of
cannot
a
tell
person,
me.
man.
You cannot tell me if when you looked at KVOTHE that it said Quoth. And I don't even know if I said the name right.
I it's not what I'm saying, bro. I said the name of the book. The book was not named Quoth. I said whenever you watch a movie or story or a game or a book, anything story driven, the name has something to do with the actual story. So
Yeah, it
if it's
does.
gonna be
They're
set in
surviving.
Africa or something, it could have an African name, right? Like Wakanda Forever. Would you have your movie name Wakanda Forever if it was
That's the
set in New
only
York?
African movie, you know?
No,
Huh?
that's the first thing that came to my head. But you wouldn't have it named that if it was set in New York City or Los Angeles, California. That doesn't make any sense. It makes no
Well,
sense.
Wakanda would be the the city. So
Yeah,
Wakanda
but the
being in
city
Africa,
is in
being in
Africa.
Africa has nothing to do with the name. It's just the name. It didn't matter where that city was. That city could have been in the Atlantic Ocean. I don't even know what they call uh
What are you
Namor's
talking about? It has everything to
area.
do with being in Africa. It's an African city.
Is Wakanda an actual African city? I don't think so.
It's a fictitious African city.
I'm saying that name
It's a
it's just a
city.
name.
Yeah, but the city that they invented, Wakanda, is literally located in Africa in the
No, I
story.
know I know it's located in Africa, but it could be located anywhere with that name because it
No, it
doesn't
can't be.
there's
It's
nothing
supposed to
that
be
supplies that
African.
that name is
Yes, it's
African.
best it does because it's African. The people are African, the culture is African, it's an African city. So that's why it
Okay,
has to
but
be set in Africa,
that
and that's why
name
it's
isn't
named
in any
Africa.
language. That name isn't in any language. That's not like a regular. That's not like an African language name. Wakanda. No, that's just a name that was come up with by some, a couple of white
No,
guys that came up with that name.
it's designed to be African in nature. It's
I
designed to
mean,
sound African. It may not be an African word. I don't know if it's an African word, but it's designed to be a name that is similar to names of countries you'd find in Africa.
maybe that's
It's
what they
why they
wanted to
didn't
base it
name
off of.
it. Right. It's why they didn't name it Carl's. It's why they didn't name it something that would sound. They didn't name it Yoshida. That sounds Japanese. You'd be like, oh, that sounds Japanese. You think that'd be located in Japan, not Africa. That's why they made it sound like something that would sound from that country. That's my whole point.
Hey, man, whatever. I named my shit Orlawende, and that's what the fuck it is. I don't give a fuck what anybody else did. I named my shit Orlawende.
I'm just telling you, man.
It ain't no African.
I can't promise I'm gonna remember that.
It's an alien or whatever.
No promises, man. No promises. I can't remember that.
You ain't even in the NFT world. You don't even do that shit.
No, but don't you want me to tell everyone about it, man? Don't you want me to share it?
Hey, if you know somebody that's into NFTs, I would hope you explained it right to let them know.
Well,
it's a game out there.
Yeah, so my bro's working on a game. I can't remember what it's called, but it's some Wednesday or something.
The WLG Discord will have a link going straight to it.
Yeah, it's Wednesday or something. Something Wednesday.
Yep. Half the other games you can't remember anyways.
I remember the names of the games I play. What do you mean half?
Well, that's
the games?
good.
Tell me half.
Maybe when you play this game, you'll remember it. And until
every game I've ever wanted to buy, I remember the name of it.
Every game you've ever wanted to buy?
Yes.
I forget names all the time. I couldn't remember the damn the fucking Gotham Knight. It's Gotham Knights, right? I couldn't remember that game. There's a whole bunch of games. That's different people, man.
Yeah,
so
because you remember some game, but the reason why you forget it is not because it's hard to say. You just forget because you're not thinking about it.
But
the reason why I'm not going to know this game is because it's hard to say.
It's not hard to say, though.
Well, in my opinion, it is.
Hey, everybody has their own opinion, so I understand. I got you.
It's harder to say than Gotham Knights. It's harder to say than Vampire Survivor. It's harder to say. Yours is hard to pronounce. I think that's just objectively true. I don't think that's like a subjective thing.
Hey, you can be objective. That's fine. So as far as what you're playing here,
things are
all you're doing is just clicking around the map?
Yeah, that's literally all I'm doing is clicking on the map. Everything he does, he auto-fires. So like that little slash, that's just him I'm not doing that.
And he just throws kunai or whatever.
Well, I leveled up. So if you look at the top, there's this blue bar up here.
Yeah.
As I level up, I'll get to select new powers. And so one of the powers I picked up was a throwing knife. And so now, like, I'm throwing this knife around. He just does it completely randomly. So literally all I'm doing is just using my mouse. That's literally all I'm doing.
Okay.
And so, like, it's just addicting because, like, it's fun, like, killing waves of zombies or whatever, or these things. And then, like, collecting the experience for it, you know, and just getting new power-ups. And, like, it's very rewarding because, like, you level up, like, pretty easily. Like, it's pretty easy to level up in this game. So, like, you're constantly getting, like, a new power-up pretty frequently. But, like, I'm, like, super weak right now. Like, I can't seem to get, like... And it's interesting, too, because, like, once I kill these guys on screen, like, I can't just walk in there and get the, you know, experience because, like, all the enemies are kind of, like, crowding around.
Yeah.
So, like, I have to, like, kite them around to go, like, back and get...
That's funny because there's a game just like this on iOS. It's called Survivor.io, and you literally just
I've seen that. It's very
are
similar
moving
to this.
around crowds and stuff.
Yes, this is
just
very similar.
Constantly killing things, and that's all it is.
Yeah.
So yeah,
this is when I saw people on Twitch playing, but I think it was in early access and it was like super popular.
Okay,
and
yeah,
then,
this is close to what Orlawinde is. It's basically like you know, you got your shooter running around on the map, and you've got, you know, creatures coming in different, you know, waves and stuff like that, and then you got like a big boss that'll come in.
Are you just doing this? Like, is it like IO?
Yeah, it's literally just you maneuvering around, except I believe you will have to shoot. So you will have to shoot.
So you have to press
control,
like a shoot button.
But I might change it to make it automatic. I just I have to get through like the testing and stuff like that and see exactly how it plays. Because if it's annoying to have to shoot and aim, and I can incorporate like an auto aim in there, then I'll just do that and then make it so that the game just auto aims.
Like, I'm pretty sure like all
these
auto dodgers like this all started with Vampire Survivor. I'm pretty sure.
Is this old?
Survivor? No, this isn't old, but it's been in like early access for like a long time.
Okay.
Like, it just officially released finally this
well, Friday. I still consider that old. Like, if it's like unofficially released like 2 years ago or something like that. You know how like Grounded.
Well, I guess I'm misunderstanding what you mean because it looks like an old game, like an NES game. So I was wondering if you were asking me if it was old, like in that sense.
No, I meant like in production, like released. That type of stuff.
I guess it's older.
Because it would have to have the concept or whatever would have had to have been out for it to be for it to have sired a bunch of copies and whatnot.
Yes, exactly.
So
exactly. Yes.
I got you. Yeah, I mean those games are pretty addicting, you know what I mean? It's just like who can stay alive the longest in one. This seems to just be one small map. I don't know if the level changes at all after a certain point, or if there's a boss or any.
That's a good question. I haven't
chest drops or anything like that.
I've only played this game like a couple times. I just saw it launch on Metacritic, and I was like, "What is that?" It had like really high scores.
Yeah,
it was like a 90 or like 89 or something like that, like really high. And I was like, "Shoot, that's super crazy high. What is that?" So I went and I looked at it on Steam, and I was like, "Oh, that's that game I watched everyone playing on Twitch for a little while there." It was kind of popular.
I'm still not really seeing the vampire part of this though.
Well, it's like
because he's not doing shit that would give me like a vampire, you know, feeling.
Well, like you're like, it's like Castlevania. You're like a vampire slayer.
Oh,
you're not like a vampire.
So you're not a vampire. You're supposed to be killing shit like vampires, but right now it's ghouls and goblins or whatever.
Yeah, but I mean, when it started, there were like vampires. There was like there were vampire bats chasing me, right? There were like bats chasing me and stuff. So like there's bats right there. So it's like,
what's that little red dot below you? Is that your health bar?
That's my health bar. Yeah, I'm really low on health right now.
You've been low for like the longest. You don't gain anything when you level up?
No, dude, you don't get no.
So I do that crack and grab that little V spinning.
Because I can't. I gotta finagle in there, man.
Well, you could have finessed your way, but you got to aggro them to
Nah,
that
dude.
spot now.
What do you mean? I'm not. They just chased me. I'm not trying to aggro them.
Well, I'm saying like the angle. It looks like they're following.
I
a
gotta like do a
specific
big
pathway,
loop.
so.
You know, like I gotta get like. I'm not sure how
You
to get
still
down in there.
cut
Bro.
early. You got to go out a little bit more.
How do I get in there, dude?
You got to go out more, bro. You got to circle around a little bit further. You got to go
crap.
out and around in order to be able to get that. But anyways, man, what you been playing this week?
You got it. So I did play a little bit more Scorn.
Okay.
Did you play any more Scorn? Did you play any more of that game?
Nah. Yo, tell me why I looked on the GameSpot. They gave that bitch a 4.
Like, they gave it a 4?
They shit on that game, dude. I was like, damn, okay.
Dude, a 4? Nah, dude, like I went back in like I said I wanted to, right? And let me tell you, you can die in that game.
Oh, you can die?
Yes. Yeah, you can die in that game. And I finally found the other weapon, like that shotgun or whatever.
The shotgun or whatever? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I finally found that. And I finally found a way to heal.
Oh, okay.
So like that exists in the game. But like, dude, there's freaking these creatures. Like there's a chicken type creature that like spits at you, and then there's like a 4-legged dog like creature that like spits like I don't know, poison at you. And like it's unavoidable. Like you can't dodge it, you can't like get out of the way. Like the best you can do is like run in there, poke them with your little puncher weapon, and then run around a corner. Like immediately run away in like a corner. Right? Like that's like the best you can do to get away from it. Like it's not like normal shooters, man, where you can like kind of strafe and like, you know, get out of the way. Like you all you can do is like run around like a different avenue, you know? So that's basically like, and it takes 6 freaking punches to kill the dog. You know that punch gun?
Yeah.
It takes 6 punches, dude, to kill the
Wait,
dogs.
that's a weapon you have to use to attack with?
Yeah, that punch gun.
You can only get like 2 punches. That. Yeah, you can only get 2 punches at a time.
Yes,
right?
Only 2 punches at a time. Exactly.
That's ass, bro.
It takes 6 punches, dude. 6 punches to
kill a dog. Do they move
slow
or something?
They move slow, but you move slow. Like I said, like it's unavoidable.
Yeah.
Like you cannot like avoid their spit because they like spit and lunge at you. And so like it's completely unavoidable. So and then the chicken creatures take 2 punches. And you're like, okay, well that's cool. My gun has 2 shots, right? But dude, if you miss one of those things, like you have to wait for that thing to recharge. It takes an eternity for that thing to recharge. You know that.
Yeah.
And then the chicken's spitting at you. The chicken is spitting stuff at you and you die like real quick. So like that's my biggest complaint like with the guns. It's like it's a terrible aiming system. So I'm toast. So basically like if you miss even one punch, you're dead. So then I was like, oh, cool. I got the freaking shotgun, right? I got finally a weapon, you know, that can like, I can defend myself with.
Yeah.
But it does the same damage as the punch. So I still need to shoot 6 freaking rounds into a dog and 2 into a chicken. And dude, the spit that the dogs do is like infinite distance. Like you cannot dodge it. If they
you can't outrun it.
If they spit, you're hit. Like if they spit, then you're guaranteed.
Well, if you run in a straight line, right? Like it don't go around corners and shit, do it?
Only going around corners.
Okay.
Yeah. So like if you see it coming, and like he's about to spit, you try to run backwards, like to get out of range of it, it's hitting you no matter how far back. You have to go like back and around. So like the best thing to do is like run up there, shoot it, and then run away, like down, around, and out. And then come back when you're reloaded, hit it 2 more times, then run away, down, around, and out. So anyways, that was just pretty much a deal breaker for me. Like I wasn't enjoying that whatsoever. And so I shut that off and I actually went and got Gotham Knights as we were talking about.
Oh, okay. You did go and get it?
Yeah, so I went and got Gotham Knights. And
how far are you on that?
Hour or 2, not long at all. Barely played it. And
so like, what villains have you come across?
None. I've only beat up dudes. Only grunts.
Oh, okay. So you like on the first night?
I'm on the first couple missions. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So I barely played it whatsoever, and the reason why I played a little bit longer was because I wasn't sure what character to pick. Like I just wasn't sure what character to pick.
Yeah.
And so I was like,
who'd you play with? Like, who'd you start with?
So I was like, who do I want to play? All the bad reviews made me not want to play Robin. And so I was like, well, I guess I'll pick the one character that is different from like all the other, because everyone was saying like they all wish Batman was there, right? Like because Batman had the best combat. And so I was like, well,
yeah,
shoot.
Of course everybody would want the better of the whole group. I was
like, well, I don't want to play like a mediocre Batman and Robin because it's like supposed to be melee combat, right? So I was like, all right, I guess I'll pick up Red Hood because at least he's guns and at least he's different. So at least this will feel like a different experience at least.
Red Hood didn't interest me at all.
What?
Not one bit. Red Hood did not interest me at all, not one bit.
No, he didn't, but you understand my reasoning? Like I wasn't
I hear you.
It was interesting. I was just like the reviews made me second guess because I thought playing as Robin would feel like playing as Batman, but just with like a different moveset or something. But everyone was like dogging the combat. And so I was like, well, I guess I'll pick the combat that's new, right? For like this this
for
game,
that world.
Which is Red Hood. Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. We've never had like a ranged fighter before. It's always been like hand fist
melee.
Beat 'em up. Yeah. And so I started playing as Red Hood, and then I was like, oh, this just doesn't feel right playing a freaking Batman game without Batman, dude. And so I just freaking fired it up, and I actually started over as Batgirl.
Really?
And I've been playing the game as Batgirl.
What is Batgirl's specialty? Like, is she ranged or she's melee too?
She's melee. But the reason why was because she has like all the Batman gear. So she has the glide like Batman. She has the car or the bike like Batman. She's basically Batman. And so I was like, it just felt right playing as like the Batman character, which is in this one is Batgirl, right? And so I was like, it just felt better. You feel like you're playing like the character that like makes the most sense in this game.
Yeah.
Because Red Hood just wasn't feeling right. And like I said, I was turned off because I wanted to play as Robin, but I was really turned off by the whole how much everyone shit on it. And so then I was
were they shitting on Robin?
They were shitting on the melee combat in particular. But whenever I looked up like the best character to play, every list, everyone without exception said that Batgirl was the most enjoyable out of like every character. So,
now you didn't have to start over, that you could just switch.
I wasn't aware of that now.
Oh, okay. Because like, so when you go to the Belfry, because I got Gotham Knights as well. So when you go to the
did too. Yeah, I'm really surprised you got it. That's shocking to me.
Well, here's the story. So, I was playing Naraka, on like, I think it was last Friday, I believe. Last Friday or Saturday, one of those 2 days. Actually, it might have been Saturday because we had talked about it in the evening or whatever on Friday. So, I was just hearing like all of the bad reviews and stuff like that, and so I was in the chat with my father-in-law and a couple of other people that he was gaming with, and they were actually playing Gotham Knights and whatnot. So I was kind of like, testing the waters, asking them, no, my father-in-law and me were playing Naraka, but they were playing Gotham Knights.
But they were playing Gotham Knights.
So I was asking
them. They were in like you said they were in
we were just in the Xbox chat. Everybody was just chatting while they were playing a different game.
What do you mean though, the Xbox chat? There's some kind of special community chat or something?
It's just a regular group chat, bro. Like, so
you just had random people, random friends.
Yeah. His friends were in the chat with him, and I joined him to play Naraka. And they were playing a totally different game. And I don't know why he was in there while they're playing a totally different
Okay,
game,
that's
because
what's
normally you
confusing
guys
me.
would all
Okay,
talk about
right.
the
That's
same
what's
game,
confusing.
but
Okay,
they were
gotcha.
just in there just chatting it up while they were playing different games
I see.
or
Okay,
whatever.
gotcha.
So I was asking one of the dudes about it, questioning him about some stuff, whatever. He seemed like he was enjoying it. Said it was like A1. He gave it an 8. So I was like, okay, and I asked him a couple of questions about the game and whatnot, just to kind of get an idea of like the shit that we were hearing in those reviews and things like that, if they were, true or whatever.
Right.
But it didn't seem to hit like that. He didn't complain about the combat, really. He didn't complain about anything, really. He just, he was just enjoying it, was just playing it. So my father-in-law was talking about it and whatnot, and I was like, you know what?
Your father-in-law
I
had it,
might,
or what do you mean? Like, what do you mean he was talking about it?
like, he was saying he wanted to get it. Like
Oh, okay.
he was thinking about getting it and whatnot. And I was like, I don't know, man. Those reviews were kind of harsh on it. They were kind of giving it like mid scores, like it was
Right.
just so
Right.
or whatever.
Right. For
And
sure.
so, like I couldn't just, I don't really have, like just a lot of money to go and buy like a game that's given like a so right now. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
I might could spring for something that's giving me like, nines or something like that. I didn't want to get something that could
For sure.
possibly be a
Spending full
mid game.
price for like a
Right. So
6.
I was
Yeah.
just like, I'll probably hold off on that. I'll wait, get it maybe on Black Friday or something, maybe get it for $30 or something like that. It'd probably
Right.
be all
Right.
right.
Right. For sure.
Or whatever. So I was telling him about that, and I was just like, I really don't got the money to try to test what people's theories are, you know what I mean?
Test people's
Say,
theories.
yeah. Test like, oh, that score is a lie or something like that,
Right.
Whatever. So I had mentioned that in the chat or whatnot. And so I had gotten off and I went to do something else. Like, I was working, I was doing some work, and I had to do some other stuff around the house, or whatever. And so I came back and I was actually chilling at the house or whatever. I had just got back. So my father-in-law, he calls me up. He's like, "Hey, what you doing?" I'm like, "Nothing. I just got back. You know what I mean? Just chilling with the kids or whatever." He's like, "Go to your Xbox."
Oh, he got it for
I
you,
was like,
of course.
"Oh, okay. Let's go." They're like, "Why?" You know what I mean? Is there like a new Naraka update or something like that? Or whatever.
Your mind's still on the Naraka for sure. Yeah.
He was like, "I got something for you," and so I looked, and he was like, "I gifted you Gotham Knights," and I was like, "Oh, no shit, thanks." You know what I mean? So he got it and I got it. He got it for me. So I just went and loaded it up, and it was funny too because he had started downloading it before me, and his shit was like, I think his was going at like maybe like 200, 300 some megabytes per second or something like that. But my shit was going at like 700. So mine ended up, I started it later than him, and I ended up, loading it in about like 2 or 3 minutes or whatever to play. So, I started playing it a little bit.
Were you playing it with your father-in-law, or were you playing it solo?
I didn't get to play it with him at all because
I
they
heard
forced me
that.
to go through that first part with by yourself until you get like your first night done, and then you go out the second time and now you have access to multiplayer, but it's only co-op. So like I'll start with that, right? That's my first gripe. My first gripe is that you have 4 characters but you can only play with 2 people. That's crazy.
What do you mean you can only play with 2 people?
Like you can only play 2 people, like me and you.
Oh,
and there's 4 characters to choose from. Like, why is it limited to 2 people?
That's stupid.
That doesn't make sense. Make the whole freaking world available for 4 people.
For sure.
Like, you know what I mean? Like all the characters should just be utilized at that point. It seems like a no-brainer if you have 4 choices to choose from,
Right.
And it's just like, hey, you're going into this world. There's already a Robin and there's already a Nightwing. So you got to choose Batgirl or you got to choose Red Hood. You know what I mean? And it just goes like that,
Right.
So I had asked my mom, what character are you gonna play? I was contemplating either Robin or Nightwing, and only because those are the two that I know about and I care to play. I don't know shit about Red Hood, nor do I even care to play with Red Hood. He just didn't.
Right.
His abilities just wasn't hitting like that.
Right.
And then I just didn't really want to play with Batgirl. So he said he wanted to be Nightwing. I was hoping he would have picked Red Hood because he was kind of on the fence about that, but he chose Nightwing. So I just went on and
Yeah, I think
started mine with Robin.
you wanted Knighthood. I mean Nightwing.
I wanted Nightwing. Yeah. I wanted Nightwing, but
dude, what I was hearing,
was,
man,
okay.
really quick, I was hearing that in the reviews, one of the big complaints that people had was that you could not complete quests together. So, like, if I join your world, then it's only you completing quests. So I can collect experience, but I'm not advancing my story with you. So that totally makes me not want to play with you.
So it's not that, at least not that I heard, right? Because like I said, I was asking the one dude questions who was in chat, and he said that the moment somebody joins,
that's what the reviewers were saying, bro.
Oh, okay. Well, he was saying that the moment that somebody joins, you guys are able to play together. So like the crimes and stuff.
Yeah, you can play together.
You're not, your number's not tallying for the crimes. So all you're getting is the experience and whatever items drop off the bodies that you managed to pick up to get a new suit or new stuff to resources to upgrade your gear or whatever. But he did say that if you got like one of the bosses or whatever, one of the main villains or something like that, if you finished a portion of their story, you could and you started your game, when you played, you would already have that point like saved, I guess, in your data. So it would say, do you want to play it again or do you want to skip it type shit. So it holds like a residual, but you wouldn't start off in that same time frame, 6 days in or whatever. If you've been playing with me, you wouldn't start 6 days in. You would start back 2 days in, and then you would have to get 6 day in part. And then it would say, hey, do you want to skip this? And you could choose to skip it. So I don't know yet. I haven't come across it because I haven't played with anybody yet to see how it goes. But I was trying to see about playing with them maybe this evening or something like that, if possible. To give that a theory, because I've already gone further than him. So I would play on his game or whatever. I don't think that they would let me skip that, but maybe eventually I would get to a point where I could skip something or what.
See, some of that stuff, man, I can't fathom some of those mistakes. Like you said, they clearly marketed this as like 4 heroes coming together to save Batman, and they
to save Gotham.
Or to save Gotham, really,
and to solve that crime or whatever.
And to solve the crime of Batman. That's what I meant. Yeah. But like, and you can't even really. They take away a lot of the incentive to want to play with your friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's psychotic to me, dude. Like,
it was kind of like how Grounded was. Remember, like Grounded, you would just go in and you didn't get the kit. It was kind of like, damn, I don't really want to play it like that.
Yes, that was my
because I can't keep none of the stuff to play in my world.
That's right,
on my own. So it's like, why would I join somebody else's to progress their story further unless I know for sure I'm only gonna play with that person, and that's the only time I'm ever gonna play the game. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that part does suck. I mean, how did you feel about, like, you say you only played like an hour or so of it, but did you at least get a good enough taste of the combat to explain how you feel about that?
I was trying hard to. Yeah, it felt kind of shallow, bro.
That's what I felt. Man. One button press for all the attacks is crazy,
dude.
Like for me to quickly press X or hold X for a heavy attack is kind of like, damn, man. Like you guys didn't even give me a jump button. You guys couldn't have done nothing else with those buttons, and then I felt like just like a mini gripe. I thought it was the Willy. I thought the Willy was stupid as shit. To pop a Willy on your motorcycle. Yeah, to hold A.
Yeah,
I
I
thought
know.
that was fuck.
I
TA
know.
will let you back on the stick and allow you to pop a wheelie if you have a fast enough vehicle. Why couldn't it just be physics? Like, why does it have to be a button for like a scripted move to
Right.
give you unlimited balance or whatever?
Yeah, I
You know,
couldn't agree more,
I
bro.
would just think
Like,
that you would just like, you know, lean back on the stick and then be able to pop your wheelie, because that was the first thing I did, and I was like, damn, this shit ain't doing nothing. And then it said, oh, you got to hold A for the wheelie. I'm like, okay, this is dumb.
yeah, I was like, so I guess some of the good was I thought it looked pretty good. So I
Yeah,
wasn't happy with the frame rates, but it did have a next Jenny feel. Like not full next gen, but it did feel like this is a better looking game than what we were getting on the PS4, right?
I don't know
Like
if we got the enhanced editions. I think they're gonna come out with enhanced
I
editions
hope
later.
so, dude. I hope so.
But
Because
yeah,
that's
you're right. I
ridiculous
mean,
that you don't even get 60 FPS on this game. It's
yeah,
locked at
it's crazy.
30.
It's crazy to be still getting games at 30 for
That's
what these
crazy to
systems
me.
can do.
Totally. And so I was just like baffled by that. But I wanted to give like just some grace there that like it still looks really good. Like I
Yeah,
thought the
it
character
does.
models looked good. I thought it looked like pretty good lighting. Ray tracing looked pretty good. I actually thought the story was pretty interesting. Like that opening fight was pretty cool. Gave me
I
like
thought
reason
the
to
opening
care.
cutscene was pretty dope. You know,
You
playing
know,
with
so I was
Tia
like a
Roth and all
pretty
that. Yeah,
so there were some cool things about it. And so I
Rach.
was pretty excited to kind of like, and I just got to say, I love the feel of like Gotham. Like they really nailed that. Like that dark, it feels like a character. Like you know what I mean? Like Gotham feels like another character in the game. Like
Yeah.
it was making me kind of want to go back and play it just to go back into that Gotham world because it very felt escapist. Like I really felt like it transported me away from like my living room, right? Like so I was like really happy with like those aspects of it. But the combat felt very shallow. Basically one button, that's it, and a dodge. Right. And then I was like, I was thinking as I was playing the combat was like, I can really see myself getting burnt out with this combat, like after like 5-10 hours, you know, like where I'm just kind of like, I'm over this kind of, you know.
I can feel my controller getting burnt out.
You feel your controller?
My buttons are gonna be fucked.
See, I bought mine on the PS5 too. I really wanted to play a PS5 game. Like I just got my PlayStation back, you know, from repair. And I was like, I want to see if this thing works. And just so you know, dude, they didn't even give me my PlayStation back.
What you mean?
They sent me a new one.
Oh, you got a brand new one?
They didn't repair my PlayStation. No, I don't even know it's a new one. It's just a PlayStation certified replacement, they call it.
Oh, damn. So like all your
my
saves
PlayStation's gone, which sucks. So I had to re-download everything. I had to log in. I had to redo the whole startup process again.
Yeah.
I had to re-download updates. It's just freaking annoying, man. And then it's like, just because my drive is broke, you got to replace my whole PlayStation. It's like, I want mine back. I took care of mine. I know mine's good. I don't know whose this was that you gave me. So like, I don't know, man. I was really, really
that does suck, man, especially for that optical drive. Just the slot to not work. It could still read and play a game that was in there, but the slot just wouldn't.
That's all it was,
right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. I just couldn't get it to take a game or spit a game out. So I thought that was like a really easy fix, right? Like, oh, that's easy. Just replace the drive.
It's question: did you have a game in that drive?
Or something. They didn't send me a game back. I don't think I did. I couldn't tell.
I hope you didn't.
I couldn't tell. I hope I didn't. Yeah. I haven't gone through all my games, so like see if
you should have been gone through all your shit as soon as you sent it.
Yeah, I haven't.
When we talked about it, you should have gone through your shit just to see.
But I was, I was just disappointed that I basically lost my, lost my console.
Yeah.
But, I mean, at least I have my PS5 back. But anyways, I wanted to play a game on it. I wanted to see how well it worked, and I've been like really antsy to play a new game, right? All these reasons. So I was just, let's go ahead and buy it. And I was like, I didn't want to do digital. So like I was, how I was tempted. I told you to just buy it digitally. So I had it.
Yeah. Right.
I really did not want to do it digital. So I just
is that because if it was asked, you could just return
it? That's exactly right. That's exactly right. I was like, because if it's terrible, at least I have a
Yeah,
way of recouping some of this mistake back, right?
right,
Like,
right. I got
because it
you.
very well could be ass.
Yeah,
You know me too well, man. So I was
yeah,
like, so I was pretty happy that I got a copy. So I was like, okay, I feel better about this. It won't be a complete total failure, if this game is terrible.
yeah,
But I haven't quite played it enough to give you like a full opinion. Like you've played a lot more than me, but I
yeah,
will say like those are my first thoughts. Like I thought the world looked great, the story was interesting, the combat was shallow. I could see it getting stale really quickly. At the same time, I'm interested in learning what the gear system is like. Um, if it's cool, I don't know how RPG it feels. Like, do you have any opinion on that? Like,
All
is the
right,
gear
so
fun?
you have like your different things. So like at this point of the game, I don't necessarily understand what's so great about getting anything in a heroic version or whatnot. I believe that the highest tier is heroic, but you can get them at any level. The only, I guess, the perks is like it has the possibility for like more stats. You can still get gear with like different slots, so they have mods for the weapons and the armor, your suit or whatever.
Okay.
And dependent upon the, I guess you could probably call it like maybe the tier of like heroic or rare or uncommon or common, and then maybe a level. They'll have more mod slots available. And then as you're going through the world, you're
You
able
find
to find
mods.
mods,
It's
and
very
then you just
mod
throw them
focused.
onto your gear, yeah, and then you can take it off. So you can, I guess you could eventually come up with like a build that would have like one focus on like
I
frost or
see.
one
I see.
focus on fire
I
or
see.
electricity or something like that
I see. Okay.
eventually. Um, but it's just the suits. You are able to transmog your suit to just look like one suit, so you're not like piecing together a bunch of random shit. But
Right.
essentially all you ever see is the suit. So like if you really just like one of the transmog suits, like you want to look like the Titan or you want to do the Ghost or something like that, you
Uh-huh.
could just do that, and then you could just wear whatever suit and it just wouldn't matter. You just switch to the other one. But I kind of like how some of the suits look. There was one really cool one that I liked, but I ended up getting another suit that was different, and so it changed it. And I just went and transmogged to like a different suit or whatever, like one of the um,
Uh-huh.
special ones they have or whatnot. But you don't see any difference that I've noticed with like appearance in like your weapon. Um,
Oh,
for
no
your
appearance
for your
changes?
for your
See, that's what
slingshot
I was wondering,
for
dude.
your slingshot. It's like very minute changes. For my bow staff, for Robin, I saw very minute changes. Like maybe it went from having like two colorway, like a color on the top and the same color on the bottom, and then the center is like different, to switch into like a full color or something like that. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
not great changes.
Right.
And I don't know if that's just because it's like uncommon and common, bow staff stuff, and I haven't gotten to the rare or the heroic shit yet. I don't know. But they do allow you to do like a little bit of customization, so you can kind of get a cool look as you play. You know what I mean? To get like your costume however you want it or whatnot. You can also convert your customize your bike and stuff. But it's
Okay.
not really like it's not too crazy. You do get the drops, but it's like the entire suit. So it's not like you're switching out the gloves and the cape and then the chest piece and the legs and the boots. You know what I mean? It's just a full suit. So,
Right.
it's simplistic. I think that the game is a little too simplistic. I felt like they tried to simplify things a little too much. I felt like they could have realized intricate in certain areas. And then I feel like they made things more intricate when they could have made them easier. So like for instance, I think in Arkham, Batman Arkham or whatever, Um,
Uh-huh.
he had like certain abilities where like he could dodge and like a decoy would pop up for him, or he would blow smoke or whatever, throw a smoke bomb down or something like that. They've made it so that they added these momentum abilities, and these momentum abilities you gotta attack, and build your momentum up. And then once you build your momentum up, you spend it on one of these abilities, and then you're back to building it back up. And it kind of sucks because you have like all these random abilities, like there's a decoy ability, or there's like a bow staff twirling ability that will cause like pretty good amounts of damage, but it's repetitive, so it's a faster chalk down of health
Right.
for the enemies and whatnot. But the fact that you use up the momentum, it kind of sucks when you use like those abilities, because like that dodge ability, I don't feel like it's really worthy enough to use up my momentum, so I don't really use it. I end up using the bow staff ability, but they want you to like hold down RB, and then they want you to like select on the D-pad or like one of the buttons or something like that. And then there's like another layer that you gotta do, and it's like holding the RB, but it's like, okay, I hold RB and then I press A and I do the decoy. Or I could hold RB and hold A and do like some other stun move or something like that. So it's like certain shit that you gotta like, they made that part of the combat intricate, but they didn't make the regular combat intricate. They made it too simplistic. So I feel like it's really weird. Like they should have made those special abilities passive add-ons that just give you extra oomph to something that you do
right
during your combat, or chances.
Yeah, passive add-ons are the best. So how
Yeah.
do you feel, man? Are you gonna play it? If you're gonna, I mean, I know you're gonna play it because your grandfather bought it for you, but like,
My
let's say
father-in-law.
like you were just it wasn't something your grandfather bought you, and you were like able to try it. Let's
Why you
say
calling my grandfather, man?
I met your father-in-law, bought it for you, and
Yeah.
you were just gonna try it. Would you stick with it? You like it enough to stick with it, or
Uh,
like what do you feel?
so okay, so I feel like you in some ways, right? So I like the city. Um, Maneuvering around it is actually kind of fun.
Uh-huh.
Using the grappling hook and then jumping off the rooftops. I really wish there was just a jump button altogether,
Right.
but there's not.
Crazy. There's
Um,
not.
yeah, it's just dumbfounding how it's not one. But I like the traversal. It almost gives me like a mediocre Spider-Man feel. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's
Right.
not Spider-Man, but it gives you kind of a feel because you can just hit the button and kind of like pop to the next area. There's
Right.
always something for it to grapple on, unless you're just crossing over a large, part of the city, or crossing over a body of water or something like that, on the edge or
Right.
something like that of Gotham. So I like that. Uh I'm trying to think of what else I like, besides like it does look pretty cool. Oh, I like the cutscenes. I actually don't mind watching some of
Mm-hmm.
the cutscenes, like the main cutscenes, not
Right.
like the little shit where you got to talk to like Alfred or something like that. I could do without those, but like the ones with like Harley Quinn or Mr. Freeze or any of the villains or something like that. I mean, those
Right.
cutscenes are cool. And they look really good. I thought that opening cutscene with Raish was pretty dope. And all that
Totally,
stuff that
dude.
went down. So I was like, okay, it's just going. And then I was like, okay, damn, this cutscene's long as fuck.
I
Like,
know. You
I'm
know how
almost watching
normally
an episode.
you know how normally we complain about that, like get me into the
Yeah.
action. But because
Yeah,
it
but
was
it
so
wasn't that
cool,
bad.
I was
Yeah, it
fine with
wasn't.
it. Like
Yeah, it
this is
wasn't
a
that
good
bad. So I
cutscene we're
was
sitting
okay
through.
with it.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
absolutely, dude, for sure.
so it's that part. But I actually I actually dislike the combat for, besides like the simplicity of it or whatever, that's fine. Oh, it'd be super easy. But it's like they throw too many guys at you. And the areas are so freaking condensed with guys, and then your attacks only hit one dude at a time. If you're lucky, maybe they tap two, but it is so confined to like a small cone
Right.
of damage that you can apply. And it's like these dudes are doing attacks that are gonna come through. You know, while I'm hitting one guy, another guy is behind me throwing shit. So it's like I'm dodging the fuck out of these guys nonstop, barely getting a hit in every now and again until you get the. And maybe you get out of there. Luckily, maybe you built up enough momentum to throw a bow staff twirl at them or something to kind of give yourself some breathe. But sometimes that shit is rough. Like I had like one night, I think yesterday, or one night when I went out for patrol, and like I must have got dropped like 3 times just because everything was like okay. So it sucks because you have like your little bag of health, right? Your med packs, and you got 7 or 8 of them, and that's all you got. As far as I've been, that's all you get. So if you get damaged here and there, if you misstepped and you get shot at or something like that, you know, in a certain area, you know, you got to use the health. You know what I'm saying? Like you go out on patrol, there's like 7 to 8 crimes. If you get hit a little bit and have to use a health kit on each of those crimes, by the time you get to like Harley Quinn or to Mr. Freeze or Penguin freaking mission, like you have no health. And so if you go down over there, you screwed. And if you go down during a crime, the crime just goes away. So you didn't complete that crime. They whipped your ass, they got away. And you know what I'm saying? And you just asked out on the crime. So it's just like, if I had more sweet, I feel like with Batman, you were able to whip multiple people's asses like once. Yeah. I felt like it was a little bit more, and they didn't throw so many bodies at you. But I feel like,
I'm wondering if Batgirl, like the character I chose, will feel more like Batman. I don't know. I don't know what Robin's play style. I don't know what his combat style is like.
Well, it's like a bow staff, so you're just twirling your stick around, but it's kind of like slow, precise moves, you know. You know what I mean? So it probably is a little bit slower to twirl that shit than it is, you know, if you were to be throwing fists. You know what I mean? You might be able to throw your fists a lot faster or whatever, your fists and kicks. Yeah. But I don't know. So, you know, there's that. But I just feel like the world is more set up for you to play co-op, because that seems like that would be the best way to handle these large groups. It'd be like 20 to 25 dudes coming in a room, a small room, to like whip your ass, and you one guy. You know what I mean?
Okay. I see now. I see.
So it's just like, goddamn, like everywhere I go, and then it's a big bitch.
Feeling it. Now I understand that.
And then it's a big bitch in the corner, and she just pulling extra punches. Like they be throwing like big people into the groups. So you got like 15 to 20 small peons, right? But they take a bunch of hits. They take at least 6 hits, right, to get them down. And then you got a big bitch that's in there in the mix, and he takes about like 10 to 11 hits. Yeah, but he's throwing shit that just plows through whatever's going on.
Oh, so like, it was one of the game that I was playing as well this week.
What?
It was Gunfire Reborn. That's on Game Pass. It came out.
And, I think I heard the name, but I didn't check it out.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah, it went bad.
Check that one out. It's just like a roguelike first-person shooter.
Oh, so okay.
It's like, so
I might have to peep it.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. I was enjoying it. But short runs, though, so you're like, I want to keep playing. I wanted to go back in there, you know. But so that's the only complaint I have really for it. But it was really fun. So it's a pretty cool game.
That's cool.
But yeah.
But yeah, anyways. Man. Yeah, so I am gonna play it some more, you know, and I do want to try out the co-op and whatnot, and I'll try to finish the story. I definitely wanted to see like, they have quite a few of the other villains that's in there, so you know you got to follow all their stories, and they're like spread out enough for like you could do like maybe like as you start like doing crimes and things like that, you start uncovering more villains doing dirt, and so then you have more options to fight during the night. And so like, you know, it might get to the point where you're doing like 6 different villains in one night of patrol, which would be insane. but
Right.
you have to do it. You know what I mean? And so to progress through that story. So I do want to finish all of those guys' stories and whatnot to play the game. But I've heard that you can't just mainline it with the basic Batman's Dead storyline and go through it fairly quickly. But I wanna see all the like the Mr. Freezes and stuff like that. I want to check those out. So, but yeah, I'm gonna definitely play it some more, and then I'll probably hopefully next week I should be able to tell you how I feel about the multiplayer or whatever the co-op and stuff. But other than that, man, the Rocket got an update for Halloween, so they're doing like spooky costumes in there, and then giving like different accessories and stuff that you can throw on your guys, things like that. So and like a showdown mode that was almost RPG-ish in a sense. Like you had experience and stuff like that, and you level up your guys and then you equip them with certain items and stuff like that before the battles or whatever. So I want to check that one out too. But yeah, man. So enough of all of that because that was super long. A short, brief first look idea or whatever of Gotham Knights.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the first topic we got PS Plus games of the month, man. Mm-hmm. And I actually think that these aren't half bad. I think that the best one of this group is Nioh 2.
Of course. That was your game of the year that year.
That was my game of the year, man. Then there's also Harry Potter. Well, if you haven't watched Harry Potter, it's right up your alley because they're literally going to go through the whole entire movie for you, Lego style. Right. And if you just love Legos games, then that's it for you. And then this Heavenly Bodies game.
Yeah, I have a video here. I'll pull up right now. Okay. Heavenly Bodies that I thought maybe we can chat about. Like this was I think this is a game that we saw at like one of the PlayStation showcases. But now it's like free on PS5, so I thought that was kind of cool. So it looks like it's got like a ragdoll kind of like you move the body around. Yeah, you
kind of like Little Big Planet. You know how you grip on certain things to like move around.
Yes, it feels like Little Big Planet. Yeah, exactly.
But in space.
Yeah. So this could be, like a pretty good pickup. Like this is one that because you and I both played Nioh 2. I know. Did you beat it? I got really close to beating it.
Yeah, I beat it several times.
Yeah, I put lots of hours into Nioh 2. So I'm probably not going to play that one again, even though it's like free now, which is dope. It's going to be in the library, which is cool.
Yeah.
The game that I probably would try is this one right here, Heavenly Bodies. Looks like it might be fun, but it looks like it also might be like super frustrating too, right? Like drive you a little crazy.
Might.
Look at that. This seems like a
kind of floating
VR game to me, right? Like you can like control the arms and stuff.
I guess so. Yeah, like a third-person VR game, and using your arms or whatnot. It'd probably be an interesting workout for sure. But but yeah, so I mean, Nioh 2 is by far one of my some like on the list of some of my favorite games to play. I like Ninja and what they've done with that. Team Ninja with that franchise IP. And then the Legos game is cool. So I mean I think these are solid add-ons. You know what I mean? I think that if people hadn't played Nioh 2, they're in for a treat. And then Legos, like you can't go wrong with that. That's a good one just to add just for the kids to have access to.
I was gonna say your kids probably like that one, huh?
Yeah, I mean they were playing like Legos Avengers and I got a couple of them Legos games, but I think and this one is like the pack, right? Like it gives you like all the years, like 1 through 3, and then 4 through something or whatever, 4 through 7 or something like that. So they give you like damn near the whole story of Harry Potter, so that's dope. That they give you the whole collection and whatnot.
Yeah, so, I've never really played these Lego games, but I always hear good things about them. I don't know what it would take to get me to play it, though. Honestly,
your wife.
Yeah, probably.
That's what it would take. wife say, oh, I want to play the Legos, you'd be like, oh yeah, because you don't play shit with me, so it's like, yeah, might as well. You know, like,
finally a game you're willing to play.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Oh, tell me why. I was playing Super Mario All Stars on the Super Nintendo, like last weekend or whatever. Well, actually, yeah, like earlier, yeah, probably like Sunday or Monday, something like that. But yeah, I don't know if I had told you, I don't know if I mentioned this or whatever, but my son Sire has been like into Mario and stuff
Mario.
like that.
You were telling me that, yeah.
And so he wanted to play like some of the older Mario games. And my wife had told him that she had a Super Nintendo in the garage somewhere. And he was like, "Oh, I want to play it. Like, like find that thing for me." So the kids, they went to my mom's for the weekend. And she was like, "All right, when you come back, I'll have it out for you." And I was thinking like, man, that shit probably ain't gonna work, dude. Like, you know what I mean? These consoles are so doggone old,
right?
But we had the
dirty.
but we had the red, yellow and white cord, and we had the little holes in the back of the TV, which I was surprised it was still back there.
Cables, dude.
I thought those shits are gone already.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we plugged it up, and my wife put in the game, man, and she didn't really like blow the cartridges hard or nothing like that, and that shit turned on. And I was like, oh damn. And so I played just a little bit of Super Mario 3, because that thing had quite a few games on there, like 6 different Marios or something like that, and they had like some lost levels and some other shit.
Right.
And so I played Super Mario 3 just for a little bit, but it was just cool, seeing it on that system, and it's like, damn, these graphics suck ass, but it's like pixelated. You know what I mean? You just playing it on that old controller and stuff like that. So I thought it was cool.
So you said your TV you have right now had the composite slots on the back of it?
Yeah, my 85-inch had the joints on the back. So I was just like, oh damn. I was surprised. I was like, okay. I thought I was gonna have to go on Amazon and get the HDMI
adapter
joint for it.
Yeah, HDMI adapter. That's funny, dude.
Now I know I still have an Atari in the garage, and I know that one won't plug up because it's got the little prong that you put with the screw.
Yeah,
with, where you tighten the screw down.
Yeah,
that one to hook to the TV. So I don't have an adapter for that one, so I gotta buy one on that.
Yeah, I remember that, the coaxial, dude. That was the only way to connect it, or you had to get like a coaxial adapter, dude. That's so funny.
And then while I was going through the box, the boxes and stuff that I had, I'm like, okay, damn, here go the Dreamcast, here go Dreamcast games, here go the GameCube. You know what I mean? I had a bag that had a Sega and a PS1 in there. You know what I mean? So, and then I found the box that had the Xbox One in there, that beefy boy.
So
I had all of the systems in there. I was like, damn, I gotta put me up a shelf so I can put all of my joints up there on the wall.
The beefy boy, dude.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, they never brought out like a slim Xbox.
Nah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they started doing it after the second one.
Yeah, they had a slim 360, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't have a slim model of the original Xbox. It's so funny.
Yeah, man. So let's move on to the next topic, man. We're gonna stay in the PlayStation realm, and it looks like it's been reported that they're trying to do a Horizon Zero Dawn remake / remaster for the PS5. And they're working on a multiplayer game. So, I mean, the multiplayer game might be interesting. I think that the world that Horizon takes place in is pretty cool, with the robots and stuff and the high-tech gadgets and things like that, hunting with bows and stuff, attacking with spears, that stuff might be kind of cool to play with. But I honestly, I mean, you'll have to tell me if you agree or you disagree, but I feel like Horizon's a cool title, but I don't feel like it's like iconic enough to go and remake and remaster it. So I don't know why you would touch it. Like you could just use that money and energy on something else, you know?
If it's a remaster, okay, that's one thing. But like if you're remaking it, you know, like how they're remaking Dead Space, like a legitimate remake.
Yeah.
Or like how they remade Final Fantasy VII. Like this game isn't like, yeah, for one, it's not iconic like you're suggesting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you're implying, but it's not even that old. It's literally just last generation. Like you can get that on your PS4.
Yeah, it's probably like what, like 4 years old, maybe?
Maybe a little.
It's not a decade. It's not a decade.
Not like a decade old, I don't think. Like, and even if it were a decade old, like it's literally on the last generation. Like you can literally go buy that in the store right now and play that on your PS5.
Right.
Like it's just bizarre to me. This is just the hysteria of remake season, dude. Like we're in like an era of games right now where like remakes are just like all the rage, and it's like Sony is just gonna find any game it can to remake. Because I mean, what are the games they already remade Last of Us, right? Like they don't have any really. They remake God of War, like they're running kind of out of like titles to remake, and I feel like they're addicted to this remake model, dude. Like, who's buying these? I'm not buying these.
I don't understand it either. You know, I feel like I understand trusty dusties, you know what I mean, and trying to like, oh, it's like it did great on its first time out, so like why not try to bring that back? But I feel like it kind of you're running into the ground, man. It don't have the same feeling, you know what I mean? Like it's like you said, it's just last gen. Like we just got done playing it. I mean, I still feel that way, and I think it's stupid as fuck for them to keep remaking and remastering goddamn The Last of Us. Cause that bitch feels like it was just, you know, just like
even
last
gen was kind of ridiculous.
I mean, and they've
and that's
done
a PS3
that thing like
title,
3
and
times.
that's still right.
So
I don't know, dude.
That part is ridiculous, but I mean, I don't know. I guess PlayStation is gonna continue to keep blowing their money on frivolous, stupid shit instead of just freaking stocking up to buy another gaming company or something like that.
Oh, I did hear. I should have pulled that up as one of the topics.
What?
Sony has inquired, I guess, CD Projekt Red to acquire them like multiple times.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to pull that topic up. Let me pull that topic up, dude.
That's interesting. So they want to buy them, huh? I wonder if they got enough money for CD Projekt Red. I think so. Probably after that freaking Cyberpunk debacle.
Here it is. Sony has allegedly approached CD Projekt Red multiple times for possible acquisition. Like I think, like after the whole Cyberpunk's 2077 debacle, they probably became like really affordable.
Shit was up for grabs.
You know what I mean? Like they were probably definitely doable.
Yeah, it was Cyber Monday on that shit.
It was Cyber Monday, and they were probably, and I bet you CD Projekt Red was like, shoot, man, like, what do we do? Do we take the offer, or do we try to rebuild our name again, you know, and make ourselves worth more again?
I mean, I think that they decided to just, you know, put their, you know, stick to their guns and
like bet on themselves, right?
Yeah, to just keep improving it and whatnot. And I keep hearing now that they've like, you know, they've gotten like records or players or whatever, like 3 million players last month or something like that. So they're maintaining like pretty good amounts of player console.
They are doing like updates and stuff, right? To help like.
Yeah, they're definitely updating that shit.
2077 like stay relevant.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah,
man.
so I mean, yeah, but that's interesting that Sony would be trying to get them. I bet it probably was during that time because I mean, like I've said 1,000 times, Cyberpunk was a great game. It was just that it had some of those issues. But if you just look at the game in a whole, I thought it was a great game. So if Sony's like, okay, well, yeah, they fucked up on some stuff with like the deliveries, like making it available too soon. They should have fixed those issues, but that game is good. Like, let's see if we can try to scoop them up. You know what I mean? For the low
I thought it was.
in the
I
midst of
think
their
that's a really
catastrophe.
smart one because like you're getting like a high quality studio at
Yeah.
like you said a Cyber Monday, discount.
Yeah. And I mean, you got great IPs that's attached with it. So it's like, a Witcher, you know what I'm saying? You get the Witcher, and then you also have I don't know if
is Witcher all
no,
they have?
Netflix the one that they're doing the deal with. So I think that Sony would then get the money from the Witcher. Whatever the Witcher deal is.
Yeah, probably.
You know what I mean? So they would be able to do that and keep it alive as long as they, possibly could. As long as
I don't think CD Projekt Red has like a whole bunch of like,
not a whole bunch of IPs.
IPs,
but they have that one strong IP,
right.
And I think they probably have a couple of others that we just can't remember off the top of our heads. Or whatever.
Exactly. There's probably a couple others, but it's really just the idea, like. That's a great high quality game making company that is in dire straits that you might be able to,
slide away with it. Yeah.
And just slide away with it. And it kind of like sounds big deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not quite Bethesda, but it's like getting close. Like
no, it's not game changer, but it's definitely a nice addition to add to your roster.
Yeah, but it's not like, House Marquee, right? Where you're like, that's cool. Like that's cool, but that's not like changing things. Where like when you hear CD Projekt Red, you're like, oh, okay, like that's competitive,
Right.
Like, that's a market competitive company right there. That so Sony's like trying to spend the little money they have. Like I feel like they don't have nearly as much as Microsoft to acquire studios. But that was a really smart target. That was a really smart target. When you don't have as much money to spend, right?
And obviously, whatever they were throwing wasn't enough for them to just say, let me just get this burden off my hands, you know what I mean, and sell the company.
Clearly, it wasn't enough, right?
So I mean, it is what it is with that. But it's that's definitely interesting to hear. So it's probably they're still out on the hunt looking for other studios. So who knows? We might see some news like top of next year that they've acquired like another studio or something like that. To help with their woes. I mean, we still have like those. What is it, like 6 games that they're supposed to be coming out with that were supposed to be live live updates and stuff like that consistently.
Oh yeah, their service
the live service stuff,
the live service games,
so I mean we haven't seen any of those yet, so I don't know if like what the deal is with that, but we're still waiting to see those, and now it's supposed to be by, I want to say it was 2024, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was like 6 or 7 of them, right?
Right. So that, I mean, with the way shit's looking, that would mean that they should have that shit coming out quite a few next year, and then 2024 making a big splash. But I guess we'll see.
Yeah, for sure.
So moving on to the next topic, we have
switching to Xbox here.
We're gonna slide over to the Xbox side, and let's see. Studios might be asking. Oh wait, no. Studios may be asking Microsoft to stop requiring Xbox Series S support due to development limitations, which I think is really interesting. This article is on .esports, but yeah, man. I mean, we said like a long time ago, it was kind of a bummer how the S, got like the 1080p graphics and stuff like that. But our biggest gripe with this new generation was the fact that they were still catering to the old generation. You know what I mean? Catering to the Xbox One and One X or whatever, and not just making Series X games, Series X and S games only. But now it seems to be like an issue that making that S and that X is kind of hindering them, just to incorporate that S into the group. What I mean? Instead of just doing PC and X.
Right, and we mentioned this back when the S came out, that
with the
we
graphics
thought that
update.
this would be a problem in the future, because it's got to be, dude. It's got to be a pain in the butt developing a game that's for a system that's as strong as a Series X, but you have to make sure it runs on the Series S. Like
Right.
that's going to be a major hamper. And so now we're getting official word, right, that developers are they're not, it's not just like a theory anymore. They're legitimately asking for Microsoft to drop that requirement. Dude, could you imagine though if you don't have a Series X and like you bought
You're
into
missing out
this
on a bunch of games.
dude, you're missing out on all the games.
Yeah, that would suck. I think that their counter to it though would be cloud gaming. They would allow
Okay, that's
S's.
interesting. That's
They
an
would have that
interesting
game
point.
for a cloud option. So it would be like, okay, it's for the X right now, but in like 3 weeks it'll be available on the cloud.
But in 3 weeks, dude, that's what they're asking. Like that's essentially what those developers are saying. Everyone who's bought a Series S, sorry, you can't play this game. And that was supposed to be your next gen buy-in. That was Microsoft's advertisement.
Right, that was the floor.
It would feel like false
this gets you in, you know. But
yes,
that would be a bummer. Yes. I feel like they're not gonna do it though. I feel like Xbox will be like, nah, fuck that, because of that reason. But I think that
right? Like Microsoft cannot, abide that request. There's no way they can honor that. There's just no possible.
I don't think it would benefit them to do that. Like, although it may benefit the developers, right? I would just say, and I don't know how hard it is, but
I would be like an illegal, grounds. Would players who own an Xbox Series S have like legal grounds?
Maybe
to say, hey, we were told that this was next gen and it would play all of, Xbox's next gen games, and it doesn't now all of a sudden, and we already bought it.
They would probably just go and say it will, but it just takes time.
Oh, it will.
So you'll have to wait for you'll either have to wait for the S version, the dumbed down version, or you'll play it through the cloud, and that takes time to develop the cloud version. So, and put it on the servers and all that stuff. So you just got a little bit to wait. You know what I mean?
Dude.
Like, because technically, if you can play everything, but you got to do it through the cloud, that would be crazy. I mean, to imagine you couldn't download it.
You're a second class next gen gamer, bro.
You can't download it. You can't download the game onto your S, or you're able to download the majority of the data, but in order to play it, you need to play it through the cloud. The hard drive is just.
I think you're right. Buffer. I think you're 100% right. I think that would be Microsoft's answer. Is like you could play it all on your Xbox Series S, just you have to play it, through the cloud.
Yeah,
and like that's their response, right? Because you can't tell your fans, hey, I know you bought that and you thought you could play next gen games on it, but now you can't.
But we didn't realize how far subpar it is compared to the X, and so we're gonna need you.
That's why
that PS5 is just a good deal, right?
Yes.
Because they're literally the same exact guts, except it's missing a mouth.
That was a much smarter decision.
Yeah,
like they made it the same exact guts, exactly. So every game that comes out, at least it is a legitimate real PS5. Like the Series S is kind of like its own separate console. It's not even really a Series X. It's not really a next gen console.
Right.
It's a great console. It's an incredible console at an incredible price. Like there's no
good starter pack.
That.
Yeah.
There's no denying
it's a
that.
Great
it's just that it's not really a true next gen compared to the X and the PS5. Like it doesn't really compare to those as well. It blows away the Xbox One. Like you got a major upgrade versus an Xbox One, but you don't really have much of a major upgrade, versus a PS5 or an Xbox Series S. So that is a major problem. Definitely a major problem.
Yeah, I would actually I wouldn't mind it if they made it a possibility for you to gain an upgrade for it. Like, how they came out with the Seagate shit, and so you're able to expand your hard drive. space. So it's like,
Yes.
oh, if you got the S, which had a lower resolution, as well as a lower storage,
Dude, that'd be crazy. You
but
get a
you could just put
CPU
in that.
upgrade.
Yeah, I mean, that would be dope, right? If you could,
That'd be
if there
pretty
was
cool.
like a slot that they just didn't
A
mention,
slot.
you know what I mean? That you could just like
Dude, that'd be
unscrew this,
sweet. That'd be a
unscrew that, and then
sweet
you slap
system,
in
dude.
another
You can
graphics
upgrade
card
your
or
system like
something
that. That'd be the
to
dopest
upgrade your
system
system.
ever.
Yeah, I don't know why they just didn't like Sony and Xbox could have legit made the console, uh, what is it, modular, and just didn't tell people. They could have done that. You know what I mean? And just made it like not known. Yeah, you would have had some of those YouTube guys who want to like dissect shit and open it up and then take a look at the guts and stuff like that. But if they had just left it to like, ooh, this looks like it could be, room for this or room for that, or you could
Right,
add
right.
this, you know what I mean? But they don't say anything, then I think it would have been way nice. You know what I mean? Like just make
It's
shit
like
modular, dude.
people
That's more
love
money at the end of the game. At the end of the day,
people love to like upgrade their PCs, and like add RAM and add hard drives and add, a new graphics card. That'd
yeah,
be cool if that you add maybe not a new CPU, but yeah, a new graphics card. Like that's totally normal
something to
in
carry the
PC.
extra weight.
Like a
Yeah, if
lot of
you
PC gamers upgrade their graphics card, right?
right,
Like they
and
may
it,
keep the
and
same PC but just get a new graphics card. Like that's totally normal PC gaming. That'd been
yeah,
cool if these systems allowed that.
right. And then just imagine if you were like you bought like your X or whatever, but it was still modular, and there was still slots in there because of the size of it, and you were able to, if you had the money or the desire to, you could throw in another graphics card, and it would output shit that was like the PC was doing, or something like that, without breaking a sweat. Or you were able to add some type of a cooler unit, that made it so that it didn't run hot because of how much juice you were pumping through there to get it working or something, you know? Or like just imagine like, oh, you get the S, but the S has like extra room, so you're not, restricted to this 8 gigs of RAM. You could put 32 in that bitch.
Dude,
And now
sick,
now it's doing more than the X. You know what I mean?
now it's doing more
Like that would be crazy. It's like, oh damn, if you had just bought the floor, you could upgrade it. Yeah, it's gonna be expensive because them parts are expensive. But you could
Xbox
possibly
Super,
have a
man.
really, really good Xbox. You know what I mean? That's better than
Yeah, I
the
wish.
base.
I'm surprised Microsoft hasn't thought about doing something like that. Like not just allowing you to, like you said, expand your hard drive, but also
Yeah,
expanding your graphics card. Like that's the coolest idea. Like
yeah, that would
that's
be dope.
dope, man.
But yeah, man. So I definitely don't think that it'll happen. Just because of like what we're saying, it being like the main entryway to get people to do like all that stuff. But I mean, who knows? Maybe at the point where they got the Xboxes and TVs and stuff like that, then they'll be like, oh well, yeah, you don't have to support the S anymore because we've moved to making every game cloud based as
Right,
well, or having a
right.
cloud opportunity on,
Which
because not all the games have cloud until like a month or two after they've released, and then
right,
or even
right.
later, oh, it gets a cloud version. But if
Well,
they
and
could
also I do
guarantee
know that
every game has a cloud version,
Microsoft is totally um that's their goal, right? To make every
right?
game cloud based. So
Cloud
you
based, yeah.
could at some point in time, we should wager. We should make a wager, bro. Like, do we think that would happen? Like, where Microsoft says, okay, the Series S is no longer a required supporting platform,
Mm-hmm.
but you it has to be cloudable. So they change the requirement, right? Like they make
Yeah.
it like cloudable. Like that'd be fascinating to me.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe we could say that if Microsoft does indeed by the end of 2023 cut out the necessity for developers to put
I say
to
later
put
than
their
that.
games
It's
out
got
for
to be
the
like
S,
2024, maybe.
2024.
Yeah.
Okay, 2024 will give away an Xbox Series S.
Because, dude, like, I can totally see that. Like, once their cloud is good enough and they can, like, promise it, like, they can promise.
Yeah.
Right? Like, okay, you don't have to worry about it anymore. Every game that we make is going to be able on cloud, playable. Then you wouldn't have to, force developers to, develop for that Series S anymore. Like, you really wouldn't. So I think, like, that's definitely a legitimate, like, decision that Microsoft could make, for sure.
Yeah, it's very viable. Yeah, for sure.
So I think it's the future for sure. I think we'll see that happen. Dang.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be interesting. You keep getting slaughtered.
Dude, it was pretty fun, dude. There's this cool power up. You should add it to your game. Like when I it was this little orb on the floor.
Yeah.
And it was like a blinking multicolored orb. I picked it up and it sucked in every form of experience, no matter where it was on the map, bro.
Oh, yeah, they have
those.
It was
dope.
They have that in Survivor so that you could pick up all the stuff that you've left everywhere.
It's like a power up, and it just sucked into me like a magnet. And I went like level up, level up, level up. It was totally fun, man. It was totally awesome. There it is. Find a vacuum. It's called a vacuum.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, that's dope, man.
But yeah, man. So the last topic that we had, just another Xbox topic. Phil Spencer hints at console Game Pass price hikes. And says that they will need to use to hike it up at some point, which is a little bit disappointing. I forgot, wasn't there somebody else that raised the prices of their shit? Was it PlayStation?
PlayStation raised the price of the PS5 in certain regions, yes.
And other countries, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, I feel like it's a bummer that they would try to increase the console as high as it is already, to raise the price of that. I can understand the Game Pass prices being raised. You know what I mean? The more freaking studios you're acquiring, the more money you have to divvy out to these guys, but the more games you'll get. So I would say, I would be like, okay, you got to increase it like everybody $5 or something like that. You know what I mean? That's understandable because of what you guys are offering. But damn, the console too. It's like once you got that price, you're supposed to work your way down, not up. Like, well, why do you switch? Why do you switch it up? Like, you can't be at that much of a loss with these consoles, could they?
I think like the consoles, I agree with you. Like the hardware only gets cheaper as the hardware gets older, right?
Yeah, it's like way easier to get these circuits, these motherboards, you know what I mean? All the SSDs and all that stuff. Like, yeah, all that stuff is cheaper as it goes. Yes. But they like, oh, it got cheaper, but we still, we got to recoup. So our margin needs to be higher, So.
We got to recoup, man. You got to recoup it.
Yeah, we gotta recoup that shit.
That is funny, dude.
We gotta do what we gotta do.
They said, like they're jokey. You gotta recoup, man. It's like, dude, shut up. That ain't gonna make it feel better. Like, I want to pay more, for a console that's 5 years old. We gotta recoup though, man. You gotta recoup. So I don't know, man. Like, I totally believe, without a doubt, there's nothing, shocking about them raising the price of Game Pass. Like, we've already said that. We already knew that was going to come. We already anticipated that.
Yeah, they're grabbing too much stuff. It's like a matter of time.
Yeah, we know that's, definitely going to happen. Now, freaking raising the price on an old console, that's unprecedented. It's always lowered the price, or the price just stays the same, right? Or if like you add like an OLED screen, I can see why Nintendo raised the price. But that was
console, even though it was a new console, though they put out a new unit. They didn't get
it wasn't just the same hardware. Yeah, and raise the price on it.
Yeah, that they gave you a reason as to why it needs a higher price tag because it's got this or whatever on there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's that I'm not understanding, dude. So I guess this is just more reason. Oh, I have been seeing, from what I understand, though, some PS5s appearing in the wild. Like, there's some PS5s out there
being available for the randoms.
The random people just walking into a Walmart or something. There's PS5s on the shelf. So I would just say, get that console now.
Before it's too late.
If you wanted to get into the next gen, like you should be getting into it. Like you shouldn't be like waiting around, because it doesn't sound like in this generation console prices are falling.
Yeah.
If it seems like for the first time in like video game history, waiting around for the price to drop ain't happening. What's going to happen is you're going to get have to pay more. So it's one of those rare situations where waiting does not actually work out for you, right? So it's like, just go get that trash when you see it, man.
Yeah, which is crazy because like I remember like even like the slim editions, or like I'm sure you recall when the PS3 made an internal change. But they did it like slick, like they didn't really let you know or whatever. But it was like, the lens that they used in the original PS3s were better than the ones that were in the newer PS3s or whatever. They changed like the internal thing,
right?
And like these companies would always figure out little ways to like reduce the size of the inside so that it's a lot more room and it's less, like it's just cheaper to make it. You know what I mean? Keep it the same price, but they just find ways to make it cheaper. That's how you're supposed to do it.
Exactly.
you just found a better deal on circuit boards, so you got them from this place instead of this place, and so now your profit margin is a little bit higher, but the price never changed for anybody else. It just changed for you, But man, for the shit to be adjusting, you know what I mean? It's
up.
Damn. It's not even like it's like, it's resellers world. they just switching that shit up. So
for sure, man.
Why you keep picking the same dude? Anatonin.
Antonio, man. Anatonin.
It look like Anatonin from here. It's like a little smaller.
Put him to sleep, man.
Pick Helena
take my melatonin,
or Hamelda. Is that Hamelda?
These two, they're okay. Like Hamelda's all right, but these guys cost a lot of money to unlock, dude.
You got to unlock them, man.
Dude, they're $600, bro.
If you suck, you'll never get that point.
This guy's dope. Look at this guy, Gennaro, dude. I get a permanent +1 projectile. So whenever I pick up like a one that shoots a projectile, it's always 2 because it's all weapons. So that guy's cool, man. I need Gennaro for sure.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. Like, I just feel like it's like any roguelike. You start off weak and you have to buy the power-ups, and slowly over time your character gets stronger and stronger, and then you can actually get further in the game. Because like I still die early, man. It's like my health pool's low. I just die, dude.
Yeah, well, let me know if you gonna hop on Gotham Knights.
I will, but I'm on the PlayStation 5, man.
You're on PS5.
Bought you on the Xbox.
Yeah. So there's that. Looks like you're solo.
Oh, and I also pre-ordered my God of War, man. If I were you, I'd pre-order that trash.
Why?
Because
why'd you pre-order it?
Because I went to GameStop and I was looking around, right? Because I was thinking about getting Gotham Knights. Yeah. And I heard customers going up to the counter and they wanted to get themselves Bayonetta 3. You know how that just came out for the Switch?
Yeah.
And the guy's like, "Oh, sorry, we just have copies for pre-orders only. You got to wait like 2 days."
Oh, damn, really? You can go to Best Buy for that shit.
Shoot, man. I'm just going to pre-order it because it's like, I don't know, man. I just don't want to like be where I'm like trying to drive from place to place trying to find a copy. So I just feel like that's going to be a pretty high value game. Yeah. And so I would just like pre-order it, man. Don't forget, because it comes out like in 1 week. Comes out like a week from like Tuesday, I think. So like it's coming out soon. So I'm just saying, don't forget to get your pre-order window in.
I got you. Yeah, I'll see about it. I'll see if they got any bonuses for like Best Buy or something like that.
Best Buy does pre-orders?
Yeah, of course. Okay. Any place that sell a game will do a pre-order if it's online. They try to get that.
Maybe online.
Money. Yeah, they trying to get that.
You can pre-order
money.
At Walmart?
Yes, you can. You can pre-order at Walmart, and then it'll come in the mail.
Yeah, a couple days late though, right? It doesn't ship to like the day of.
Yeah. I think you could do day of though. I think you could do a day of pickup.
See, that's what I like about GameStop is like you pre-order at GameStop, you can walk into the store and get it.
Well, I mean, you could do that anywhere. I'm saying like for the most part, you should be able to. If it's got a brick and mortar, you should be able to. But
yeah, but you just said if I pre-order Walmart, they'll ship it out to me. The pre-order's only same with Amazon. Like
I think they'll let you. I think they'll let you walk in. But no, not Amazon. Amazon, you gotta wait. But the good thing about Amazon, they probably got one of them in your city, so they'll be shipping it from there to you. But yeah, you might be like end of the day, Amazon or something. Or actually, they probably get theirs early, just like the other stores, so they shipped it, and it's like on its way to get there that day. But you have to wait, to like the end of the day. Whereas you could just get up at like 10, go to the store when it opens.
So you think if I pre-ordered on Walmart.com, I can walk into a Walmart and they'll just give me one of their copies? I don't think so, dude.
I'll go right now, bro. Let me see. Walmart.com. God of War. Hold on. Let's see. How they showing me cans of shit? All right, options. God of War Ragnarok. Pre-order. Limited edition. Clink. Declining the 2-year plan because we don't do that here. It's at a cart.
Scam.
Let me see. Okay. Activate rewards. I'm not buying this shit right now. Go somewhere. All right. Continue to checkout. Let me see. I don't want. Let me see. Hold on.
See, man, it's only gonna ship to you. You can't just go in.
You gotta sign in and shit. Nah. I don't know about that one. It might literally be a send in. But I have to sign in. I have to sign in, and I'm not. Let me see if I can do it on my phone real quick. Because I didn't have the password to my account and all that shit.
Yeah, my first thought is like it's gonna be shipped only.
Because I mean, a lot of stuff you can order online at Walmart for pickup like the same day type shit.
Right. But I think if it's a pre-order though, that's what I don't know. I think if it's a pre-order, they're just gonna ship to you. Because they can't fulfill your pre-order.
Yeah.
With a copy
my phone just died, so I can't even check it on my phone. But I'll put it in the comments of the video. On Monday, you'll know whether or not you can get that shit straight from the store the day of and just arrive and drive into number 1 and then tell them you're here, and then they bring it out to you and shit. But yeah, man. But that's all we got for you guys this week. Thank everybody for popping by, checking out the video, clicking on it. This is on Twitch first, so if you're watching it on Twitch, go ahead and hit the follow button so that we can get enough followers to then get people to subscribe.
Yeah, man, we need followers.
And then this will be on YouTube on Monday. So
every Monday morning.
Every Monday morning. So if you stop by then, we appreciate you, and go ahead and hit the subscribe button while you're here. And yeah, until next week, man. Play some more Naraka. I'll catch you later. Deuces.
Peace.